Change my chat to all chat. All right. Good morning, Deb and Dawn. Oh, 9 degrees in Massachusetts. Hope sewing warms me up. Oh, yeah, that is cold. I'm going to move some things around here on this panel quilt. Super easy panel quilt. I'm going to show you that. And then the mistake, the big mistake. My honey came on here yesterday and said, he says, cute quilt, like the colors, but you do see your big mistake, right? And I was like, what mistake? And I looked over, I was like, no one said anything in the chat. So fixing that big, huge mistake. And I'm going to show you how I did it. Here is the super easy panel quilt that I'm working on right now. I will talk to you a little bit more about that. And we are going to go to, actually, you know what? I'm going to put this over here. Sorry, I'm probably making everybody nauseous and dizzy first thing in the morning. Okay, so let's put this quilt back up. Okay, so this quilt is the quilt that I had up yesterday. And if you can notice right here, it's like a little tiny empty hole. So this is what belongs in there in the correct way. Good morning, Lori. So what I had this like this. This is how, oh, actually I had this wrong. That's right. I'll show you how. This quilt goes this way. Haha, there it goes. This is the way I had it yesterday. Sorry. All right. So I had the quilt like this. And move this here. Let's bring it down. Bring this over. So when he pointed it out to me, I had it like this. I had my quilt and it was like that. Which, if you could notice, do you see it? It's very wrong. It's very wrong. It's very wrong in this little area. I didn't pick it up when I put it together. He picked it up. So do I leave it? Good morning, Linda. Do I leave it or do I fix it? Well, that was really noticeable. So this is definitely a fix, even though it was all sewn in. So what I did was I pulled the whole thing down and I started seam ripping. I took Jack to it and I seam ripped across, seam ripped down, and seam ripped across. This is actually still attached. I didn't take the whole block out. That's still attached. Now, I will tell you secretly, I don't know what's going on with me other than that I seem to be tired and I feel like my brain is slow for some reason. And this is not the first time I've done this. Last week, I had a quilt that I had to pick 4 little quadrants out after it was sewn all together. Nothing like a little frustration, but I did it. And I don't know why it's not my normal, but it seems to be my normal right at this moment. So I'm going to show you how I fixed it. Let's see. So if you can see, I'm coming up closer. So here is the 2 ends. Oh, is Rebecca here? Good morning. Yeah, I was not on Crystal's live last night. I was asleep. So I have this, as you can see, it's been all seam ripped in all 4 places. So here we are. I'm going to move us over here. I have my iron on. I have my piece that I've done wrong. And I think I'm going to move us down. Move us down so you could see a little bit closer. All right. Now, here we are. So I have my quilt top that's all intact with this piece. Now I want to make sure I don't put it again in wrong. So I come in here and I audition that it looks like it's supposed to. So I am going to come in here and I'm going to start at the end and make sure everything is like, you know, 90-degree everywhere. So I put in my first pin there. I can't believe I did this last week and I had borders on it. I had everything on there. Okay, so there we go. And then, and thank goodness it wasn't one of my sample quilts. It was just a quilt that I made for myself. All right, now I come in and where there is, so as you can see, I did the end here. Then the next step I'm going to do is find everything that needs to nest. So I come in here and I find my first seam that needs to nest. I kind of squish it around to make sure it's flat. And I put in a pin there. Oops. Then I come to the second place that where it nests, right there, and I drop a pin in there. There's a lot of pinning involved when you've made a mistake, a huge mistake in your quilt, and you need to fix it this way. And now I'm going to come to the end again. So I have a little bit. It's a little bit, it's probably about a ½ inch, maybe closer to an inch. And I come in here at the end and I pin right there. Now, yes, I could have taken this block apart really easy. It's a big block, but because last week they were teeny tiny blocks and I had about 4 or 5 of them just sprinkled in somewhere where I did, you know, the wonderful chain piecing. I didn't realize I chain pieced 5 wrong. So I'm going to show you as if this had borders and everything on it. So again, I have the one end in any spot that nests. Then I come in here and I pin in 2 or 3 places in between, you know, this big area, right? And this is why it's important when you chain piece, you make sure you're doing the right thing. Sometimes being in a rush doesn't pay off. So now I have pinned quite a bit. I want to open to make sure that I have it the way it was supposed to be. It is. So now what I am going to do is my first spot is going to be here. And I am going to turn this over because it's going to be the easiest. And I'm going to take my first pin out and start my 1/4 inch, and then I just pull pins out as normal. And here we are. Okay, so I have that. Now I have this block seems to be right. And now I have to sew this in 3 different spots. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to open this. I'm going to take my little mini ironing board. And I'm going to press this how it's supposed to be pressed. And there we are. Ow, that ironing board got hot. Woo! I have pot holder hands. Woo. All right, so now we have this like this. So I'm going to flip this over just like that. And it naturally just sits there. So again, I'm pinning where I ended, or the beginning, whatever you want to call it. And I come in here, and that is just quite not enough. So I'm going to come in here and rip just a little bit more just to make this a little bit more friendlier for me. All right. I have probably close to like 3/4 of an inch to an inch. And then I'm going to come in here again at this end. Can you see what I'm doing here? Should I come in here a little closer? Let's see. I come in here at the end and I pop a pin, and then I put a pin here. And being that nothing is nesting here, I just kind of find the center and stick a pin. Take out any loose threads that I didn't take out when I seam ripped, and then I'm going to pop 2 more in. And there we go. So I have a total bit of 5 right now. Again, I'm going to turn it over. I'm going to start way before, like a little bit before that other stitch line to kind of just keep everything in. And there we are. Now I have that done. So we have that. Now at this point, I'm going to take this ironing board again and iron how I had it before. So how did I have it before? Let me double check. Sometimes you have to look. Okay, yes, because this is going this way. Let me make sure. Yes, that goes in. I want everything to nest, so you still have to kind of make sure, take your due diligence after you made that mistake to not make another one. All right, so I've done that. Now I'm checking my seam, making sure there isn't any loose threads. There isn't. Okay, so now I have this, and then this just goes together just as if I was sewing it normally. So again, I'm going to come here and put a pin where it actually is going to nest right there. So I'm going to put a pin right there. And then I'm going to bring this over and take the ends again. Because, you know, seam ripping, all that stretches the fabric a little. And we're hoping to ease in anything that's maybe way too big. All right, so here we are. That is a spot that I need to pin, and we're going to pin here, and we're going to pin here. And there we are. Going to start sewing. Really, I should have started sewing from this end so I don't have any like tuck over here, but we're just going to go with it because I already started. I'm not unpicking. So my suggestion is to start where the sewing is and then out over. I'm just on a roll from doing some crazy stuff. There we are. We were lucky. Now I have set in that block, that mistaken block. I'm going to come in, and yes, this is where, wait, how does this go? See how I press this. I press this all up. All right. Sometimes it's easier if you go from the back to see how you pressed originally. And then come to the front. Press. And come and find any, these things are super helpful. Find anything you didn't take out from seam ripping. There was a couple I didn't. And then nobody's going to know that you did that. And absolutely nobody's going to know. The only people who are going to know I made a mistake in this is my honey, me, and now the whole world. And that's okay. We learn from our mistakes. But there's a way to fix it. So there we are. Now, please tell me I fixed it and I didn't go crazy on it. I think I've got it. I think I got it. Believe it or not, I have taken out a block that I have put in misplaced and then misplaced it a second time in another direction. So, just take your time. You can be frustrated. I'm sure I was thinking a lot of words that were out there. All right, so let's see. Let's go all the way back. And I was, Leanna, so give yourself grace. You've been under a ton of stress and are still healing. Yes, I am, Dawn. I'm trying to give myself grace. And now I'm super hot. So I was super cold this morning and I'm double pajamaed here today. I got a habit of watching. Wait, I got out of the habit of watching at 6. Good morning, Alejandro. It happens. Beautiful women from Sammy. Thank you. Please be respectful from Deb. I just got my box from Carmen yesterday. I'd be unboxing it today. Hopefully I can get the video up today too. You told her I sent you, right? Oh no, this is Rebecca. Yes, Rebecca, I already hooked you up with her. Good. Go do your box. Can't wait. What was the disaster? What had to be fixed? So this part, so I put this all together. I still didn't finish. This is Carmen's 3-yard quilt bundle she sent me. I had inverted this. So these petals were the other way. And so I had to do that. I had to take it out. That was big and noticeable. Half of the petals were backwards. Good morning, Joe. Oh man, that stinks. Let me tell you, I was very annoyed last week. I think it was 4 or 5 and they were in between and I already had the borders on it. That was a thing. Can't show it to you because that's one of my surprise things. Only one, no problem. That's right, no problem. Good morning, Melanie. Good morning, Katie. Let's see what we've got going. So, good morning, Rhonda. Would remind us of the pattern name of that one. Oh, of course. So, that one, in which I am going to do a tutorial, here it is from the Double Focus 3-yard quilts, and it is this one right here, Daisies and Diamonds. Rhonda, I am still sewing with fabric. You gifted me that huge lot. I took a whole bunch of it to school and I made over 40 little tiny, they were 18 by 24. It was basically like a fat quarter size mini quilts for the kids' paper baby dolls. And today, the one class already did theirs, but the other class is going to do theirs today. Super cute. Super cute. I've had worse. Living with and crafting with MS. Hello, good morning. So, okay, so that's where we are. We fixed the mistake. Now let's talk about the easy panel quilt. So the easy panel quilt. I took inspiration from one of the panel quilts from 3-yard quilts and one of the panel quilt ideas from OK Patterns 5-yard quilts. Basically, you've seen this before. They didn't reinvent anything. I didn't reinvent. Well, they did. They reinvented how they did their quilts. It's the same kind of thing. This is a very, very common way to put a panel quilt. I'm sure you've seen it. I've actually was toying with the idea of doing friendship stars as my little corner pieces, but I didn't. I went ahead and did the star. So neither one of those two panel patterns fit the size panel I had. One was for a 6.5-inch panel and the other was for a 10-inch or a 10.5. I think it was 10-inch panel. No, it was 9.5-inch panel piece. This is a 6-inch. 6-inch. Here we are. Let me show you. It's just a 6-inch square. Okay, so that also came from Carmen's Quilt Shop. So what I have done is I went ahead and took the same kind of idea of putting a star in here. And how I did that is you take the measurement of the panel. This one happens to be 6" and I went ahead and I decided, I created the size. My width was going to be 3 inches by 6. I did it by half. So 3 by 6. And then for my cornerstones, and these are big chunky cornerstones. Look, they're chunky, meaning you won't lose your points. If you want it traditional, where you have to really match your points, you would use 1 3/4 ish. I went ahead and did a 2" flip and stitch. See, so right here, I went ahead and put a 2" flip and stitch. And there it is. Okay, you following me? And I did that on all 4 sides. Then I just cut my panel piece and I just added these little pieces. Then I cut a 3" centerpiece to make the little star. I don't know if you can see that. Maybe I'd bring you up close. Right here. So now it makes a star. If you notice, you can't lose the point because the point is out here, not in there. So it's a good little easy way to kind of do this without losing your points. So I went ahead, this would be my first row, okay? And then this would be my second row. Now there are patterns out there that mimic this same thing. So if you're not good with quilting math, you might just want to buy one of those patterns. After doing this a while, I can kind of figure out what would look good. And what I had decided again is this is a 6" block, unfinished 6", and I did a 3" by 6" with a 2" flip and stitch. Again, those are what I did. I'm going to get the patterns, hold on, that I'm talking about. At least I'm going to try to get the patterns I'm talking about. I'm coming back. I'll be right back. All right, so so here's one pattern. It's called Ponder AOK Patterns. And then Fabric Cafe has a brand new pattern out for panel quilts. I had it yesterday. Don't know what happened to it today. Again, that uses a different size panel piece. I promise you I cleaned this room. All right, so that uses a different size panel piece. That uses a 6.5" panel piece. I don't have it right here. I'll find it. But those patterns are wonderful. I have them. I use them all. I had to do something different. I took inspiration on it. This is going to be for the little tutorial that I'm going to do on it. And then I will also be doing a tutorial on the diamonds and daisies. I just really have not had any time. It's really been quite busy at school, and I've been quite tired, like really, really tired. Like, I don't like that. So that's where we are. That's a super easy, quick sew. Here we are. I ordered the 5-yard books Monday, which reminds me I need to pay my bill. Well, that would always be good, right? Were you sick? I'm sorry, Deb. I'm out of the loop. I really have I have not, I'm going to say it, I have scrolled through YouTube, but I have not had time to watch any videos. I haven't even had time to do my comments. Today, I was going to not do a live so I could do all my comments, but I'm actually very tired. And in the morning, I'm having a hard time focusing my eyes with my phone. I do my comments on my phone. I have to get better at that, and I also have to find more time. Hi Anna, good morning. That's right, it's Thursday. You're up getting those grandkiddos ready. That is cute. Crystal got the same panel, and I think I might be in my box. I'm excited to find a pattern to use with mine. Well, I think I'm gonna challenge you guys now. I'm throwing down a challenge. Rebecca, you have to use that panel and figure out another way to do it. Same thing with you, Crystal. And I know now I'm going to have to tell her, or you could tell her, or I'll have to text her. I'm telling you all, I'm putting you to work. Find another way to put the panel pieces together. Is that dark purple? Works great in there. It isn't, though. It is beautiful. It is like a wine, a red wine color. And this color is identically, look at this, in the red wine glasses. So I thought it did wonderful. Do you have a tablet? It's much easier to see. I do, but my iPad is like the very, very first iPad ever made. And it runs incredibly so, to the point that I don't even use it. It doesn't do any updates. It is what it is. I had a pattern in mind, but I didn't realize there were so many blocks in this one. I might have to think this one. Do you, so yeah, so that's where I'm at. I pulled out the worst case scenario survivors. I'm like feeling I needed to I don't know, shake things up a little. So we're going to go with how to escape from a sinking submarine. Don't ask me how you got on that submarine. I have no idea. But the worst case scenario is that we're all on this submarine together. And now we all live on a yellow submarine together, right? With the Beatles. Because I don't know how we got there. Maybe we tripped out like those Beatles did. So now we got to escape the yellow submarine. And the question here is, how do we escape it? So let's go with the answer choices. A, allow the boat to rest on the ocean floor and use emergency underwater breathing tanks to exit through one of the escape hatches. B, immediately exit through the escape hatch and swim as quickly as you can. Or C, send a distress signal and wait for assistance. Restrict movement to conserve oxygen. Hey, Leanne, I'm in time for Survivor. Yes, you are. Mike. So how are we going to do this? Now that song is going to be stuck in my head. We all live in a yellow submarine all day long. I'll tell you, this weekend, and I should not even mention it because I finally got it out of my head. But do you all remember Monchichi? Do you all remember the Monchichis? Come on. That's more like the trivia of old school versus new school. This is middle school. my Monchichi is a middle schooler. OMG Monchichi. Well, yes. Well, for some weird reason, out of nowhere, I don't know what was the last time I thought of a Monchichi. It was probably when I wanted a Monchichi. But we're sitting there playing card games and whatnot, and all of a sudden the commercial came into my head, and then I was saying to my honey, remember the Monchichi? She goes, yes, oh so soft and cuddly. We were singing Monchichi, Monchichi, oh so wonderful Munchie, something like oh so wonderful Monchichi, oh it's so soft and cuddly. I don't know, but it was funny. I couldn't get it out, and now I got the yellow submarine in my head. Now all day I'm going to be thinking Monchichi, Monchichi, oh so cuddly. Oh my goodness. So here we go. LOL, I have the yellow submarine ornament. Yes, people do remember Monchichi. Oh my goodness. Alex. That's what I got to remember. Alex. Sometimes I forget names. I put it on here until I remember them. I got to write this down. Let's see. So we have a lot of C's. Yes, a lot of monchichis. Yes. Good morning, Judy. Good morning, Zaza. I say that when I rub a crew cut monchichi. I love these. We got a lot of highs to each other. I'm going to say B. B. So the answer is actually C. And I did see some C's up there, didn't I? I believe I saw some C's, or maybe I didn't. We were all talking about munchie cheese, also very katoli. Send a distress signal and wait for assistance. Restrict movement to conserve oxygen. So, okay, now we're off the yellow submarine. Okay, we're off that trip of the yellow submarine. And now, now it's Christmas time. I'm giving you a scenario. It's Christmas time, and we all boarded that famous train. Do we all know what that Oh, Rebecca had C. I knew someone did. Do we all know that famous train during Christmas time that we all go aboard with Tom Hanks? Polar Express. We're on the Polar Express. Yes. Alex, how are you doing today? I hope you feel a bit better. I hope you feel better too and taking care of yourself if you are sick. You too, Deb. Polar Express. Okay, so we're now on the Polar Express. Yep. We got off with the Beatles. We're on the Polar Express with Tom Hanks. I think it's Tom Hanks that does the narration. Pretty sure. Anyway, so such a great movie. How to stop a runaway passenger train. Okay. We gotta stop this passenger train. A, locate the red emergency brake in the back of every car and pull the handle. B, run to the caboose and pull the brake handle hanging from the ceiling. C, run to the engine car in the front of the train and push down on the red wheel marked brake. So which one is it? Good morning, Bernice. B. We got B. Family tradition is to watch Polar Express with hot chocolate during Christmas. What century are we in with a caboose? Not sure. That's why I'm saying Polar Express. I know they have an engine room. I know they have a caboose. How old is this train? It's definitely not a subway. I'm going to say it's a runaway passenger train, the Polar Express. That's crazy. These are crazy. A, pull the emergency brake. B, we've got B's. All right, here we go. Da, 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 da. We are A, locate the red emergency brake in the back of every car and pull the handle. That means you got to go to every car. You better run fast and pull those handles all the way through the cars. I hope there's not 20 cars, because that'll be, you'll be out of breath. So yes, so now there we go. Submarines, we're good on submarines. We're good on moving train. D, call out Tom Hanks and let him figure it out. All right. So, didn't we do this already? We didn't do this, even though I swear we did this, because these answers are not on the first one. How to treat dehydration when at sea, when you're at sea. So now, is it Tom Hanks again that had the movie with the ball and he got stranded, right? And then ended up on an island all by himself with that ball. What's up with that? Dehydration. Our last dehydration question, I guess, wasn't at sea. So I'm going to tell you right now, Castaway, the answer is not to give yourself an enema. That was the last. So I guess if you're not at sea, to treat dehydration is to give yourself an enema. Don't ask me how and when and why you have all that stuff to do that when you're stranded somewhere and you're surviving, because I don't know. I don't walk around with that stuff. And why are we stranded at sea? We were on the Titanic. I have no idea. I have no idea why we're stranded at sea. I didn't understand the last time we got dehydrated and apparently we were somewhere else. But these are different questions. I mean, different choices. So here we go. We must have the worst luck. You can keep. Yeah, I know, but that was the last one. And I think we were, I don't know where we were, but we were definitely not at sea when we were dehydrated at that time. So, how to treat dehydration when at sea? A. Decrease activity and drink seawater to replenish lost fluids and salts. B. Drink potable water, increase activity, and keep warm. Or C. Decrease activity and don't drink seawater. Which one are we doing? We can't keep our intestines rehydrated through the other method. Because I guess at sea you would definitely not have one, but on land you would. I don't know. We have a lot of C's. We have a lot of C's. We have a B. So the answer is yes. The answer is don't drink water and take a spin class. So it's definitely C. Okay, don't get on. D, don't get on a boat. So D. I call D too, Rebecca. C, decrease activity and don't drink seawater. Okay. Now, some of these I don't like because, okay, here we go. Some of them involve dogs, and I don't think we should bring dogs into the picture of things. So here we go. How to build a shelter in the desert. Yes. So somehow we've made it. Where were we? What's a good desert to be stranded on? I guess. Where could we have gone to? I'm thinking of Egypt and pyramids right now, but I don't know if that's necessarily in the middle of a desert. Death Valley. Okay, Palm Springs. There we go. So we're at Death Valley or Palm Springs. Okay, and now our car, as we're driving through, went bloop, and stalled. Yes, it stalled. And now we're in the middle of this desert. And we need to build a shelter. Well, isn't our car a shelter? Bad thing. Okay, no, we are not in a car. We are riding camels, okay, through the desert to get to Bethlehem, okay? And now we need shelter in this desert. So no car anymore. We're on a camel. And we need to now build a shelter. So our choices are A, dig a ditch in a flat area to avoid being covered in a sandstorm. B, locate an area with a 2-foot depression and cover it with a tarp, because we all travel with tarps. C, dig a hole with vertical walls deep enough so you can sit out of the direct sunlight. Not only do we carry tarps, but apparently we carry shovels on 2 of those answers. So here we go. Let's see what's going on. Hide under the camel. I don't know why, but I guess, that came to mind. Very specific for me. The real question is, why are we in Palm Springs? Well, we're not. We're in the middle of a desert now, and I don't know where we are. We're heading to Bethlehem, I guess. B, C, B, B. The guide will use his satellite phone to get us rescued. Okay. You'd probably get peed on, Rebecca. Palm Springs cocktail umbrella. All right, so the answer is B. But I'm still like, do we carry a tarp with us at all times? So you need to locate an area with 2 feet depression and then cover it with the tarp. What happens if a sandstorm comes and now you're 2 feet under and a tarp is above you? Have you just buried yourself? This is room for thought here. I'm not sure if that would be the heck. What kind of trips are we going on? Apparently very crazy trips where I've been on submarines. We've been on a runaway passenger, and now we're stuck in the desert. Maybe we shouldn't go on trips together. Maybe we shouldn't. Maybe it's a bad omen. All right. Okay, here we go. This actually may be useful one day. I'm mentally not there. Leanna tours. Okay, yeah, don't go on tour with me. Go on tour with Bonnie Hunter. Just don't go with Leanna. Everything happens on our trip. So here we go. How to cure diarrhea in the wild. What? Excuse me? Okay, here we go. How to cure diarrhea in the wild. I mean, this New York City could be called the wild. I mean, anywhere could be wild, really. So I guess if you're in a pinch somewhere and you need to cure this, here it is. A, eat only raw vegetables until symptoms subside. B, drink an infusion made from grubs or leeches. Or C, drink an infusion of elm or oak bark. And I'll leave it to you guys. Oh no, not another. There are so worst case scenarios. Don't drink the water while Leanna's there. What in the world? Don't go to the desert. We have A and we have C. I mean, you know, it could be an emergency anywhere, I guess. You could be anywhere and have this situation. I guess you could be at home and you don't have Pepto-Bismol or you don't have Kaopectate or any of those medicines. Oh man, Montezuma's Revenge. I'm not drinking anything with stuff in it. So the answer is what most of you have, which is C. Yes, you're going to drink an infusion of elm or oak bark. So not only do we need to carry tubing, carry a tarp, carry a shovel, we need now to carry a pan or a pot and stuff to make a fire, because it is drink an infusion of elm or oak bark. Could you just like suck on it or chew on it to get the same effects? I'm not sure. The fruit sounds the best. Don't travel without Oh yes, Imodium. That's right. That's another one. Do we also have a tree identification book? Yeah, Dawn, because I don't know what those look like too. So good point there. How the heck are we making? That's what I'm saying. You need a pot. You need. So we just take the bark and chew on it, maybe? Wait, don't you need water for the infusion? Correct. We're all MacGyver. Yep. Or the professor from the Gilligan's Island. Okay. So we're back in the desert again. Sorry. We're back in that desert. How to dress in the desert. So we've learned how to survive and make shelter in the desert. Now we have to dress in the desert. No bark drinking at Disney, just saying. Okay, so how do we dress in the desert? A, if in the shade, remove all your clothing. So apparently you run around the desert naked. I'm guessing, right? Because if you remove all your clothing, you're, oh, well, maybe you got your underwear on. Who knows? B, wear mesh. Wear mesh. Or tight fit. Are we going to a club? B, wear mesh or tight fitting clothes so sweat can evaporate. Or C, wear light colored clothing as loosely as possible to create insulation because, we want to get hotter. Everyone carries a cell phone, so why not just call for help? If we were able to do all these things, then I'm thinking that we were smart enough not to get in these situations in the first place. You'll get a bit of hoo-ha-ha by a scorpion if you strip off. C, that's Dune. Oh, think Dune. Oh, my honey is watching Dune right now. Sounds like the clubs in the 90s. Yeah, I know. Some of these answers are like, we could just interchange how to dress to go in the club, how to dress to go to on the show naked and afraid. So the answer is C. Wear light colored clothing as loosely as possible to create insulation. And I will say linen is the best choice. Linen. All right. So let's go. Here we go. Let's do a couple of these. I can't sew. My mind is not into sewing right at the moment. I fixed that and I'm doing that and I can't think of sewing right now. What is this? I'm really tired. What is this? Uh-oh. Who's getting deleted? I am laughing so hard I am crying. That's what was deleted. I don't know why. Good morning, Regina. The moral of the story is don't go on vacation with Leanna. We've got a pogo stick, and a pogo stick. I didn't think you thought it was a poop stick. Airplane runaway, all caps. All right, so it is. I'm going to say it's a pogo stick as well. Looks like a seam guide or a pogo stick. I'm going to go with a pogo stick, and it is a pogo stick. Here's more old school right now. What was the average age of marriage in 1970? What was the average age of marriage in 1970? A, 22, B, 24, or C, 26? The average age. 18 is not there. 18 is not there. Though that would be, I was thinking 14 would be 1870. I was thinking 18 myself, but it's 22 is A, 24 is B, and 26 is C. All right. So I have no idea. Maybe 22? I know peace, love. I'm going to go with 22. 24 is my runner-up, but 22 is what I'm going to guess. Oh, yep. 22. Do we know what today's average is? So today's average, and this was just issued. Let me see. When was this issued? So we have a reference. This game was developed in 2020. So in around 2020, what was the average age? Because there's a part B question to this. What was the average age in 2020? I was 20. I was 18 when I first got married. Well, no, engaged, 19. 32, 30, 28 to 30, 36, 25, 35, 30. So the average age in 2020 was 28 years old. 28 years old. That was the average age. Okay, here we go. What show had Shannon saying, I don't even know who that is. Oh my goodness. I'm sure I'm saying that name wrong. Shannon. I wish. Apparently it's 30 for men and 28 for women. That's 2022. Yeah, this was 2020 on this card. It depends on what state. Oh my goodness. Do we know that show? What show had Shannon? I don't know how to say this name. I'm going to just put it out there. Maybe you know how to say that name. Any takers on that? Oh, Shay Nene. Sorry. Or Shana Nene. Shanae. Oh, Shanae. That's it. I had to get it in living color. Martin. Sean. Nay, I got it. Martin in living color. I'm laughing. So I don't know. I have no idea. Obviously, I didn't know how to say the person's name. And it is Martin. So all those who said Martin, kiss yourself in your brain. That's what we say to our kindergartners. Kiss yourself in your brain if you put Martin. Yep. In living color was Wanda. Okay. What comedy sketch did Jim Carrey star in? What comedy sketch did Jimmy Carrey star in? In living color, Fire Marshal Bill in living color. No idea. In living color. I want to say in living color. And then part of me wants to say Saturday Night Live, but I think it is in living color. And it is in living color. Ding, ding, ding. Kiss your brain if you got that. I don't know. Now that's stuck in my head. That's the language you use every day at school. I just normally don't use it before I go to school. It's stuck in there with the Munchie Cheese song. Don't forget. Yeah, you was such a whack job on that. Totally true. Ready? What is the color of the pen in the movie Liar, Liar? What is the color of the pen in the movie Liar, Liar? When we watch movies, do we pay attention to what color pens are? Because I sure don't. No clue, red. Exactly. I just remember Liar, Liar, and he was lying all the time. I don't remember a pen. But, just saying, I don't look at pens in movies. I would say red. Yes, Zaza. But he was extra. No idea. Red must be I have no idea. It's blue. The pen is blue. Blue. Okay. I guess when you watch movies, start paying attention to those pens. You just never know when it's going to come up on a trivia question. All I could tell you was a Jim Carrey movie that I never saw. Who became famous for the phrase, "Cash me outside"? How about that? Who became famous for the phrase, "Cash me outside"? How about that? That, not that, that. That girl from Dr. Phil. What girl from Dr. Phil? Aren't there lots of messed up girls on Dr. Phil? No, I have no clue. I have no clue. I still have no clue who these people are. Or maybe it's the same person with two different names. I have no idea. I don't even know how to say the name. I'm going to butcher this. I'm so sorry. She was on that show. Don't remember her name. On Dr. Phil. And she told Cash Me Outside. How about that? What was her profession? I guess I don't watch Dr. Phil, so I have no idea. Is this a reoccurring character on Dr. Phil? Yes, she was on Dr. Phil. What was she cashing? Oh, she was a kid. What was her problem that she was on Dr. Phil? No, she was a teen. Queen Latifah. No, it's a person I've never heard of. So I'm going to say they're probably right on the whole thing of Dr. Phil. But what was this person's situation that she was at Dr. Phil's? She thought she was all that. Okay. So the name that I had, and I got to take off my glasses because this is really tiny writing. Danielle Bregoli, Danielle Bregoli, Bahabi. I'm not joking. That's what this says. Let me see if I can get it in the camera. Will it focus? Is it focused? That's what that says. I have no idea who she is. I may have to look this one up. She was just extra. Never heard. I'm with you there. Okay. What singer said she ain't no holla back girl? What singer said she ain't no holla back girl? I think that was a song. And now it's stuck in my head. Yep, it is. Yeah, she was this person. I'll give you another clue. This person is like in between this little triangle that's going on right now in country singers' lives. Gwen Stefani, yes, Gwen Stefani. If you read the rags on Country Stars, I don't know why it came up on my phone just recently. So Gwen Stefani. Here's a triangle. Blake Shelton's wife, yes. I don't know. You know, those stuff comes up. What is renegade? This is new school, not like Western movies. What is renegade? Yeah, that's why Miranda Lambert had all those depressing songs for a little bit. She's out of it now. A video game. Renegade is a video game. I don't know what Renegade is. It's not a video game. I'm going to tell you that. It's not a video game. Let's see. A TV show like Gatorade, the Grandma Quilter Debbie. Oh, yes, that's right. The Renegades. But nope. So it is a very popular dance on TikTok called the Renegade, or it's just called Renegade. It's a very popular dance on TikTok. I don't know. I don't go on TikTok. I've never been on TikTok, not once in my life, so I have no idea. I would never know that. Is it in a vehicle? Could be. Ready? What percentage of, oh wait, here we go. How much money will boomers inherit in the next 20 years? How much money will boomers inherit in the next 20 years? Ready? A lot. A, 500 billion. B, 2 trillion, or C, 15 trillion? Wait, Rebecca, gotta wake up the little guy. Okay, we'll be lurking, not a problem. How much money will boomers inherit in the next 20 years? 500 billion, 2 trillion, or 15 trillion? I'm very confused by this question. It's way too early in the morning for me to even do mathing right now. 0, because inflation took it. So it is, actually, the answer is C, 15 trillion. I'm not quite sure where they're going with that. We're not gonna, that's a touchy subject, so we're not gonna go with that. It's the silent generation in Gen X that will be inheriting. That's what I thought, because I thought, right, the parents of boomers. I don't know. One last one, and then that's it. What percentage of boomers have saved absolutely nothing for retirement? What percentage of boomers have saved absolutely nothing for retirement? A, 20%, B, 35%, or C, 45%? We have C. We have B. We have C, C, B, B. Oh, lots of C's. My kids have taken it all. And that's kind of very much true right now, right? With the children, right, from our other questions we were asking, which was shocking to me. Aren't there children of the Depression? Melanie, me too, but I'm not a boomer. Yeah, me too. Exactly, Zaza. Mi dinero is done. That's why I'm working and then side hustling and on YouTube. So the answer is C, 45%. 45%. And then the last question, when was smoking banned on commercial airlines? Now, I remember smoking, not me, I personally didn't smoke. I've never smoked, but I'm just saying that I remember smoking on American Airlines and commercial airlines when I was traveling. So the question is, when was smoking banned on commercial airlines? A, 1950, B, 1970, or C, 1990s? I know what I think my answer is going to be. Who has money? I know. So many medical bills, Alex. So many. I mean, I help my daughter with hers because they're just so incredible. That's why I've never had money, because of the darn medical bills. Mike from the person in the Caribbean. In the late 80s, OMG, smoking on a plane, cough, cough. I just remember you ordered your meal. They gave you options. You ordered whether you said whether you were sitting in a smoking section or non-smoking section. We have a lot of the 80s. We have some 90s throwing in. I think it's 1990 because I remember traveling in the 70s and 80s on airplanes where smoking was still a thing. So I'm going to say the 90s as well. I remember going and buying my mom's cigs at 14. They had fresh air circulation more often when there was a smoking section. So it wasn't until the 90s that most airlines finally banned lighting up on the plane. So that's that. There we go. I remember being able to smoke in junior high. Early 2000s, stopped smoking in bars. Yes. I remember going to bingo with my grandmother and leaving there smelling like smoke, like there was no tomorrow. Those were the nights that my dad might have had to work a little longer. And grandma took care of us because our parents worked. And so, yes, I went to bingo and I loved it. And those ladies, those bingo ladies, they're no joke. They got their charms, they got their dabbers, they got their like good luck charms over here. They had their like bingo bookies. It was like no joke back then. I wonder if that still happens. I smoked in the maternity ward. Wow. They still have smoking in bingo. Just depends on what state you live in. Well, New York, they don't anymore. Bingo people are no joke. No, they weren't. No, they weren't. So anyway, everyone have a wonderful day. Thanks for cheering me up. I was a little blah this morning just because I'm like still tired and just not as motivated as I normally am. So thank you for a wonderful game morning. Everyone take care of yourself. Pass it forward, please. If you're sick, you need to take care of yourself. I promise I am. I am. And have a wonderful day. See you soon. If you like, if on your way out, if you could like, subscribe, and share my channel, I would love that. Whenever you have a moment, hit the little thumbs up on your way out. Hit the thumbs down if you know those questions sucked. Whatever needs to happen, just do it. I got to keep my channel moving. And I will see you all soon. I got to read these last minute ones before I leave. Okay. Take care. Bye.